All right. Hello, everyone, and happy New Year's Eve. And to our brethren across the Atlantic Ocean, happy New Year's. It's almost time here. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about the books I read this year. I did pretty good. 24, almost 6,000 pages. My friend Enric at work though did about 42 books, probably about 10,000 pages. So good job, Enric. But yeah, this was a pretty good reading year. In fact, I just finished The Count of Monte Cristo today. I had to get that in before the end of the year. What a great book that was. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, that one's pretty damn popular. 3 million people. Yeah, that was pretty good too, though. Let's see. All right. So the first book I read this year was Gods and Legions by Michael Curtis Ford. I'm a big fan of him. This book was okay. It kind of just didn't really go anywhere. Pretty action packed. I mean, Michael Curtis Ford should be writing, action, historical, epic screenplays for Hollywood. I mean, his writing is really, really good. I would recommend that you check out his other books. What was it? The 10,000 and The Last King, I believe. Yeah, both of those were really, really good. Very action packed. I was trying to hop on there to go and see his other books, but the computer's like, nope, we are not doing anything today. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Da-da-da-da. I guess just look it up under him. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, the 10,000. Yeah. I don't think he's still writing, but he's done some really good books. Like this one was really good. Yeah, really. And whoever the artist is who does his cover art does a really cool job. Like, yeah, very nice. It's about Xenophon and the 10,000. I read that book like 50, no, God, longer ago than that. Maybe 18, 19 years ago. I think I read The Last King, which is about Mithridates the Sixth. That was a really cool book too. And I think I read that one like 15 years ago. Yeah, wouldn't be a bad idea to reread those. But yeah, Gods and Legions was okay. It was okay. Yeah, it's a shame he's only written 5 books. I guess I should do this one. Yeah, I haven't done this one yet. Ah, stupid ad. Let's see. Yeah, this one's about Attila, and I guess that's Aetius. Yeah, or Aetius, however you pronounce the Roman general's name. But yeah, he's a very entertaining author. I read this, The Hero, about Christopher Columbus. I thought that was very interesting and definitely gave a different perspective on Columbus and all of that stuff. The beginning of the Spanish colonies in the New World. And I thought it was refreshing. I thought it was really good. Definitely a nice change of perspective and stuff. And I read Indiana Jones and the Philosopher's Stone. This was a great book. And considering how I've read almost all of the Indiana Jones books, I think I only have about 5 or 6 left to go. They're, I wouldn't even say they're a mixed bag because really only 2 of them have been really good so far. This one and Indiana Jones and the Dance of Giants. But yeah, this one kind of gave me hope because Dance of Giants was book number 2, so that was a long time ago. And this is like book number 7, so it's been a while since I've had a really good one. And Max McCoy, I can't wait to read the rest of his Indiana Jones books because he did a really, really good job on this one. Very entertaining, very cool, and he writes like Harrison Ford talks or Indiana Jones talks. I think he was the first author to really do that. Like I could picture Harrison Ford saying this stuff, so I really, really enjoyed that one. And All the Light We Cannot Say. This was a good one. Definitely a popular book. My fiance told me to check it out, and I'm glad she did. It was definitely one of the best books I read all year. Very interesting. The writing was very beautiful and really put you in the shoes of the characters. I think there's like, I don't know, like 3 characters, well, maybe like 5 overall, but really it's about this girl, Marie Laurie, And what was the boy's name? I can't remember. Hans or something. Yeah, I can't remember, but it was really good. And Marie Larie is blind, so just how she sees the world with her hands and memory and stuff. The writing was really good on that. In fact, sometimes when I was reading it, I would stop and close my eyes and try to kind of really see the world like she does. So that was very interesting. Very good book. Very sad too, but that's definitely a must see. I think it was a Pulitzer Prize winner too. I don't know if it says winner of the Pulitzer Prize. Yep, yeah, it was a Pulitzer Prize winner. And I read Theodore Roosevelt's, I guess, I don't know, memoir about his time in the Spanish American War. And I thought it was a. The hell is that? I was like Nazis. But yeah, this was really good. Very interesting, very interesting. I'm a big fan of the John Milius movie, The Rough Riders. So it was cool reading the book that inspired the movie. It's very different from the movie, but or mini series, but it's really good, really cool. The Rough Riders were definitely a unique force in American history. I mean, you had cowboys from Arizona and Texas fighting alongside, Ivy League graduates from New York and stuff. Like hell, the Tiffany Company up in New York City, the jewelry store and all that. Well, I believe the guy who founded it, his grandson fought in the war and unfortunately died in it. So yeah, a lot of interesting characters in that war. And I read Gareth Hines, The Iliad. I really like this. I mean, I love Gareth Hines. I mean, he's one of my favorite illustrators slash writers. I mean, he's excellent. He does a lot of historical stuff. I naturally first came across him and his adaptation of Beowulf. Loved that. Absolutely loved that. I mean, that should be 5 stars. The artwork in that is fantastic. The writing is really good. I mean, it's just, yeah, love that. And I want to check out his other stuff. Like I guess I need to do his Odyssey this year. His King Lear would be interesting. This looks cool. He did like a couple of the Edgar Allan Poe stories, and he did The Merchant of Venice. Okay, see, he does classic stories. In fact, he did. I have another one of his books. I think it was about the first. Yeah, Minamoto Yoshitsune. Yeah, who I think was the first emperor or something, first shogun maybe of Japan. So yeah, I definitely need to check that out. But yeah, he does great stuff. His artwork in the Iliad was okay. I even showed it to Enric and he was like, eh. But I'm like, look how much he's having to draw here. I mean, this is like a couple of hundred pages. Yeah, this is almost 300 pages. Like a lot of artwork, a lot of big battles, a lot of big, Troy, the city itself is detailed very well. I mean, he did a really good job with this, and I enjoyed it. And I think this actually came out. Didn't this come out this year? Oh, it came out 3 years ago. Okay, but yeah, it was pretty new for his stuff. I think his Beowulf's like 15 years old. But yeah, definitely check this out if you are into the Iliad. He had to cut a few things out, like when who was it? Odysseus and Diomedes had to go and sneak into the enemy's camp and stuff. Like he had to cut that for time, which I get it. I mean, the Iliad's a big story, but pretty much most of the Iliad's in it. I mean, he got most of it in there, and the artwork is brutal and violent and stuff. It's just not as detailed as I would like. I mean, if it looked like his Beowulf graphic novel, holy shit, yeah. But it was still really good. I enjoyed it. Check it out if you want. It's a lot easier. It's a lot easier than reading the entire, Robert Fagel's Iliad. But yeah, it's really good. I did Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness. I thought that was interesting. I didn't really get it too much. Like, I don't know why it's so big. I mean, it was kind of just a description of a guy in the Belgian Congo going up a river on a boat and just seeing the horrors of the Belgian Congo. I mean, the Belgians were horrible to the Congolese and just, I mean, it was hell. I mean, I guess I kind of understand how Francis Ford Coppola used it as inspiration for Apocalypse Now, because what's Apocalypse Now? Basically, these guys going upriver on a boat and just seeing the hell that was the Vietnam War. So it was interesting though. I mean, it was I don't entirely get it, but it's okay. And I went through some of the French Conan graphic novels. These were great. Loved them. The artwork fantastic in these. Yeah, The Hour of the Dragon, The Black Colossus, Frostshine's Daughter, and what was that? Yeah, I can't remember. De River Noir. Yeah, Across the Black River or something, or Along the Black River or something. Yeah, that was a good one. So yeah, these were really good. The Five Love Languages. Thought that was great. This was a very big seller. Yeah, definitely check it out. I mean, it's very commonsensical, and I think it's definitely good for understanding a relationship and understanding what your needs are and what your partner's needs are, and just having to, well, being able to communicate it better and stuff, and being able to meet those needs and understand them. And yeah, I think this is definitely a book that all couples should read. It's really good, really good. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea by Jules Verne. That was really good, really good. I enjoyed that. He kind of shoves marine biology up your ass, but once you get past all of that, I mean, he will just tell you every creature that they come across in the book. It's crazy. But aside from that, it's a great book. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. And I can't wait to check out more of Jules Verne's stuff. I mean, he was definitely ahead of his time. And then I read some of the King Conan graphic novels. Loved every single one of these. Hour of the Dragon. What was that one? The Conqueror. And what was that one? Wolves Across the Border. Beyond the Border. That was a great one. The Scarlet Citadel. Phoenix on the Sword. Loved all of these. Loved the Dark Horse Conan stories. In fact, this one could technically be considered the final Conan story ever. Like, he doesn't necessarily die in it, but basically Conan's story comes to an end pretty much. So yeah, this was definitely a must read for any Conan fan. What else? The Invisible Man. Well, I read a Jules Verne book. I gotta read the other guy, H.G. Wells. The pioneers in science fiction in the late 19th century. I loved this book. Absolutely loved it. It was funny. It was crazy. I mean, it was very interesting. Very interesting. And in fact, I think The Invisible Man might be my favorite of the classic MGM monster movies. So it was fun reading the book. And it's very different from the movie, but kind of kind of the same here and there. Like, it basically has the exact same beginning and stuff. But yeah, it was really good. And Ephigenia and Alice, that was really good. That's part of the Age of Bronze series by Edward Einhorn. I've read, and Eric Schnauer. Yeah, I've read a lot of his stuff, like his Age of Bronze stuff. I think I've gone through. What did I go through? I think I went through his book 1. I don't think I've done his book 2 yet, but yeah. And they're just now coming out with colorized versions. The colorized is interesting, but I kind of, oddly enough, I kind of like the black and white. I prefer that. I don't know why. I guess because the colors I find to be a little gaudy, but I mean, it was a really good one. I love the Ephigenia movie and the play, Euripides' play, and it was a good graphic novel version of the story. Definitely a must if you're a Trojan War fan. Like, yeah. And Michael Crichton's Dragon Teeth. I love this book. This is probably my second favorite book of the year behind The Count of Monte Cristo. I mean, I just love the story, the characters. It's historical fiction, but it's written very well. Like, I didn't know it was historical fiction. That's how good it was. Like, because the characters interacting with real people like Wyatt Earp and stuff, and I mean it's just great. Basically, it's about a Yale student who goes out west to find dinosaur bones and just all the crazy shit that happens to him. I think Michael Crichton originally started writing this in like the 70s or something, and his wife found it on his computer and they published it. And it's a great book. I loved it. And I'm a big Michael Crichton fan. I mean, I love Jurassic Park, love The Lost World. Shit, I've actually read a lot of Michael Crichton books. Let me see. Yeah, Jurassic Park, love that. That's probably my top 20 favorite books of all time. I should check out Congo. I mean, the movie scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. And The Lost World was good. I think Enric actually preferred The Lost World. I think. Oh, yeah, yeah. Enric read Jurassic Park and The Lost World this year. Yeah, I think he actually liked The Lost World more. I definitely prefer Jurassic Park. I thought that was like a roller coaster. And a roller coaster ride. It was so much fun. Yeah, I read that. That was okay. Eaters of the Dead, I liked. I think I actually liked the movie more though. So yeah, I've read a few of his books. But yeah, I love Dragon Teeth. Yeah, I would probably. Ooh, that's a tough call. Do I like it more than Jurassic Park? I don't know. I haven't read Jurassic Park in like 10 years, but I mean, it's right up there. Like, yeah. And I also read The Man-Eaters of Zavo, which was really, really good. John Henry Patterson's account of how he had to hunt the two lions that were eating people in Zavo. I guess that was Kenya, southern Kenya. It was basically the story that inspired the movie The Ghost in the Darkness, which I saw as a kid. That scared the shit out of me too. So it was pretty fun checking out the book. And yeah, I mean, the book is really, really good, especially like the first 100 pages. That's when he's actually dealing with the lions. I mean, it was crazy, crazy how close he came to being eaten. And nobody even knows how many people these lions ate. I think officially the count's at like 40, but nobody knows because there were so many people getting eaten outside of the area. So, I mean, they could have eaten well over 100 people. So, yeah, very, very crazy. And I definitely want to read Jim Corbett's books one day. Basically, he was a famous tiger hunter in India. Yeah, I definitely need to read his books one day. But yeah, Man-Eaters of Zavo, especially for the first 100 pages, is really, really good. And I read Howard Carter's The Discovery of the Tomb of Tutankhamun. I read that for the 100th anniversary of the tomb being discovered. That was a lot of fun, and yeah, I really liked the book, and really shed light on just how much work went into finding this tomb, and then once they found it, just how much work they had to do to try and preserve everything. I mean, it was just crazy, 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 crazy. I mean, this guy had to know how to read ancient Egyptian. That's the only reason why they even knew there was a King Tutankhamun that hadn't been discovered yet. And he knew Arabic and just all the stuff they had to know and how to take care of the artifacts once they found them. I mean, it's just fascinating. And he wrote a couple of other volumes of the tomb and stuff. I need to read those one day. But yeah, this was really good. Definitely a cool thing to do for the 100th anniversary. And last but certainly not least, The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas. Loved it. Absolutely great. I feel like there was a lot that could have been taken out, but considering that Alexandre Dumas was paid by the word, I kind of get why he just kept writing. Because, I mean, why would you stop if you were getting paid for it? So, yeah. But just the basic stuff with Edmond Dantes and all that was just great. Loved the first like 200 pages, 240 pages or so. And then the ending was excellent. It was very different from the movie with, oh my God, blanking on his name, Jim Caviezel, which was a really good movie. Very different from it, but you know, the movie was still good. And Gon Katsuo, the anime version of The Count of Monte Cristo was really good too. That was kind of like a darker version of this. Like, what if Edmund had kind of gone a little too far into the darkness? You know, that's kind of what the anime was. But yeah, I really love the ending. Love the book. I mean, just great way to end this reading year. And in fact, the final line in the book is basically, hey, what gets us through life? Waiting and hope. And, you know, what a better way to end a new year and start a new one. Wait and hope. So, yeah, I hope you guys read some good books this year, and I'll definitely try and read some good ones next year. But yeah, guys, take it easy. And I'll see you.